lock it. Sir, very happy morning to all. Yes, today is a very important day, my dear lovable students. இந்த மேதான் சொல்லி we are on May 3rd our advanced accounting examination. Many were texting me that what are the tips for today's exam. So I have noted nearly some important tips. Sir, now the pattern of examination has been changed. இப்போ exam pattern எப்படினா 30 mark MCQ and 70 mark descriptive. இப்படிதான் pattern of examination போகுது. When you get the question paper in your reading time, my suggestion to you is don't read the MCQ part. That means if you are starting with MCQ, you will be stacking up with try to get the answers. Sometimes we may not get the answer, so automatically tension will be creating. So go to the 70 mark pattern straight away. There you choose your favorite area. Like my favorite area is internal reconstruction. My favorite area is amalgamation. My favorite area is consolidated financial statement. My favorite area is schedule 3. My favorite area is branch. And my favorite area is others. Fine. So I will list that in today's question paper, CFS is a good question which I can score 14. So I will rank this as A. Sir, internal reconstruction is a very good question. I can score 10. Rank this as A. Sir, branch, the same question from ICA study material, stock and data method, 6 mark. So I will rank it as A. Sir, amalgamation, okay fine, there is 1 or 2 adjustment. I am not sure that will the balance sheet get tallied or not. So this I will rank as B. And schedule 3 again I am ranking as B, and the others I am ranking as C. I will make a B, C analysis. So from that A category I will start writing all the A category first. So I am going to write 70 mark, my dear lovable students, and I always keep that 70 mark into 1.8 minutes because for 1 mark 1.8 minutes. So I will not cross 2 hours. So first 2 hours of my examination I will be writing this 70 mark, that too in the order which I know the best. Fine. Once the watch is showing that the time is 2 hours, I will come back to the MCQ part. The MCQ part is the 30 mark area. This is how I will be planning my examination. By that 2 hours, I would have completed the 70 mark, would have not completed the 70 mark, right? But once it 2 hours over, I will come back to MCQ. In that MCQ, I am having 1 hour of time. In that, I will be spending my 40 minutes of time with the MCQ. I can stretch up to 45 minutes, and the last, sir, 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, I will be go back and revisiting this part. When you are writing the 70 mark part, my dear lovable students, once you write amalgamation, it's a big 14 mark question. Don't immediately take another 14 mark question because the hand will strain a lot. Go for small question like 5 to 6 mark. Then again a big question, then a small question, again a big question, then a small question, like that you have to choose. So the first 70 mark area is what you are supposed to choose in the first slot. Then try 30 mark. This is not only for advanced accounting, this is for all the papers of your inter or final as the case may be. And number 2, when you are writing practical problems like today's exam, advanced accounting, don't try for tallying the answer. Don't be so emotionally attached that my balance sheet should tally, and once a balance sheet tally ஆனாதா எனக்கு வந்து full mark கொடுப்பாங்க அப்படின ஒரு procedure CA ல இல்ல. They will be awarding step mark, they will be giving mark for journal entry, they will put sir individually line by line correction. So once your balance sheet is getting tallied, you will be getting extra 1 or 2 mark, otherwise that extra 1 or 2 will be less. Or 14 mark question la 10 to 12 mark you can fetch without even tallying a balance sheet. That means don't pressure yourself that I have to tally the balance sheet, because if it's a 14 mark question in your calculator, 14 into 1.8 will give you 25 minutes. You can stretch up to 30 minutes, but certain students will try to tally their balance sheet and spend nearly 1 hour of time. That is a wrong strategy. After 30 minutes, whether that balance sheet got tallied or not, you have to move into the next question. And always keep a time whenever you are trying a question. For 6 mark question, 6 into 1.8. Like that, you are having a plan. In that reading time itself in pencil, you noted that this question I can take 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever it may be. You can have plus or minus cushion for 5 to 10%, but don't go beyond that, because for tallying balance sheet, they are not giving mark. To attend maximum number of questions with good knowledge and good working note, they are giving the mark. And sir, ensure that now itself you are carrying everything, that is your calculator, mainly your hall ticket, your pen, pencil, rubber cutter, all those stuffs, sir, pack it now itself, immediately, sir, when you are listening to this lecture or during the lecture itself. Don't keep it at the end, because you may get tensed. Sir, write for 80 mark is what I will suggest, rather than to write for 100 mark. Sir, if you are trying to write for 100 mark, if you know all the answers and the time permits, write for 100 mark. I don't have any problem. But write the proper working notes, and if you are writing 80 mark, we should be able to get at least 60 to 70% of the conversion ratio as pakka. So 60 marks மேலே என்னால் என்ன பண்ண முடியும்னா ஸ்கோர் பண்ண முடியும். For my advanced accounting exam, I wrote for 84 mark and I got 80 mark in exam. I have, sir, left one question for 16 mark. That left saved me a lot to write very qualitatively this 80 mark. That's the reason why I got 80 mark in exam. Advanced accounting, I got 80 mark. The reason is I left one question which I know, which I don't know, is a secondary thing. But the remaining 80 mark, I always believe that it is not on how much you are writing, how much you are getting. In a 80 mark advanced accounting on the patada, right? Then it's a 2 hour, 1 hour game. I told 2 hour you give for 70 mark and 1 hour you give for MCQ. In that 45 minutes, write, and finally you consolidate. You check whether all the question numbers and all you have put properly. Then my dear lovable students, after the exam, don't discuss anything about the question paper. Once advanced accounts is over for life. That's it, close it. We are moving into the law. Then during that time, if you discuss something here and there, that will affect you for the next 1.5 days. So come happily with a pride moment that yes, I have completed my CA Inter first examination. Before you write it, you do the ABC analysis. That 70 mark I have already said. Sir, whoever it may be, whether an international players, even like sir, big international teams, they will be shivering for the first time whatever they are doing. Think of a situation where, sir, World Cup. In World Cup, last World Cup, what has happened to Team India? They have lost the momentum, only because of mental strength. So, இன்னைக்கு நம்ம எக்ஸாம் போகும்போது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக நம்மளோட ஹார்மோன்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமாக வேலை செய்யும், கொஞ்சம் டென்ஷன் கிரியேட் பண்ண தான் செய்யும். ஆனால் அந்த டென்ஷனை நீங்கள் எப்படி மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறீங்கிறத பொறுத்து, இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஏபிள் டு மேனேஜ் தட் டென்ஷன் ப்ராப்பர்லி, you will be able to score 20 mark at least extra in examination. Sometimes நீங்க சொல்லுவீங்க, சார் அதே क्वेश्चन நான் வீட்ல வந்து ட்ரை பண்ணேன் சார், எனக்கு அந்த क्वेश्चனுக்கு ஆன்சர் வந்துச்சு, ஆனா எக்ஸாம் ஹால்ல அந்த क्वेश्चन ஆன்சர் வரல. Why? Because you have killed yourself. Don't do that mistake. We can't change anything before the 3 hours or 4 hours of examination. We have prepared very well. I know that from my side we have completed the portion. From your side you have done the assignment, you have done the part, you would have studied anywhere. There is no problem at all. But the teacher's part would have done by themselves and students' part would have done. Now the execution part, that execution part is very important. Don't get tensed at any point of time. Sir, go, read the question, pick the question. That is very important. That picking strategy is very important. There you should be, which area you are strong, that you should pick. That is not the area of preparation, the area of question paper. Sometimes you would have prepared CFS very well, but amalgamation is the easiest question. Then you have to pick amalgamation, right? And try to get 60 plus in advanced accounting, because once you get 60 plus in advanced accounting, you can have a little leisure with the law and tax, because advanced accounting is a very scoring paper, my dear lovable students. What I'm supposed to do in the coming time, next 2 to 3 hours, try to see the RTP, especially RTP and Mock 2 and Mock 1, because from there the question may be lifted, my dear lovable students. From the team ANM, from the ANM classes, I wish a very all the very best for your examination டுடே இஸ் a ட்ரீம் கம்மிங் என்ன சார், அது வந்து நம்ம அடைய போகிற நாள். இந்த ஒரு நாளுக்காக தான் நம்ம இவ்வளோ நாள் உழைச்சோம், ஹாப்பியாக படித்தோம், ஹாப்பியாக ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணோம். அந்த டென்ஷன் நம்மளோட ஹாப்பினஸை எடுத்து திங்கக்கூடாது. ஸோ கோ வித் அ வெரி பாசிட்டிவ் மைண்ட் செட், அப்ரோச் வெரி பாசிட்டிவ் மைண்ட் செட். As always, Mahendra Singh Dhoni says, don't worry about the result, worry about the process. You are going to approach a 3-hour process, not the result. That we will be analyzing, sir, whatever it may be at the time of actual result given by ICAI. We have said many things from our heart that in the Meda, this is in the May, we are going to achieve it, my dear lovable students. I wish to see you all either on group 2 of inter or at CA final level, sir, by this attempt. I am wishing you all the very best. May God bless you. Come out with flying colors. Till that, thank you and bye bye from ANM.